My name is Andra Stratton. I live in New Mexico in the United States of America. I have familial partial lipodystrophy and I'm type 2. Well, I wasn't diagnosed until I was 37 with partial lipodystrophy, but looking back, I can trace symptoms to probably between the ages of 3 and 5 years old. I didn't have any adipose tissue. At the time, I looked very lean and muscular, and I had a lot of illnesses that were really unexplained. Severe allergies, a lot of colds, several episodes of pneumonia, so much so that the physicians knew there was something wrong, but they didn't recognize it as lipodystrophy. When I was around 10 years old, I started getting daily migraines that were really severe and unexplained. I had a lot of immune issues, so I was getting sick quite a lot, and I noticed that if I would get a normal virus cold, that would impact me for much more severely than my peers and for a much longer period of time. Around the age of puberty, I think that's when I started gaining weight on my face. And so that's a time period where you start losing your baby fat. So when people would tell me, oh, it's just baby fat, I would say, oh, you lose baby fat, you don't gain baby fat. So physically it started to become more progressively noticeable. I also always, as I recall, always was very interested in food and being hungry. But I can remember standing in line in middle school at the cafeteria, just shaking, violently shaking, and feeling like I couldn't wait to get the food onto my plate and then eat it. And then I was always hungry. I have a lot of memory of different times in my life in which people have stared at me or looked at me or commented on my physique. And I always, when folks said, are you a bodybuilder? Are you a gymnast? Are you a swimmer? Do you lift weights? I would always respond that it was just genetic, having no idea that it was an actual genetic mutation that other people shared. But I had a lot of discomfort in looking so different and so masculine, particularly when I was younger. The biggest impact lipodystrophy has had on my life is the severe hyperphagia, so the sense of starvation. For as long as I could remember, up until treatment when I was 42 years old, I felt like I was literally starving. I feel tremendous sadness for the young me that didn't get to experience life in the same way that other kids did, because my body thought I was starving. When I meet young people with lipodystrophy, I always try to encourage them that they're beautiful. Without a treatment that's consistent around the globe, there's not a lot that I can say to bring hope for their health. But what I can say is that even though they look different, they're absolutely beautiful, and they should feel confident in that and not feel shame for looking different. I try to also just model that behavior by wearing things to let them see just an example of someone who looks like them, in hopes that gives them some freedom to feel okay about who they are.